Hello everyone, welcome on back to Moss Valley. Alright, so first things first, I did see the buffalo milk was at a fairly good price. I'm probably going to get that sold today. I wanted to look at pig's price too. Right now 1600. So I don't think we have a ton of water buffalo milk. It's probably like 30,000 bucks. It's a pretty good amount, but it's where is it? It's over here. Yeah, I always forget where the pickup point is for this. I got all the bales put away. We'll be primarily working in this field here today. It needs to be limed and planted. Now I did consider putting oats in it, but after looking again, I don't think that's going to be the best idea. Oh, come on, let me sell. Yeah, I'd be like right on to get it to actually pop up. It's my only problem with the sell everything trigger. Yeah, there we go. What, $35,000 basically, once you figure in environmental? Yeah, I was originally going to do oats, but then I kind of looked a little bit more into when the crops would be ready, and it would be ready the same month as the canola and the wheat down there. The harvest period is the exact same, and more than likely, I would be able to finish 33 and 26 in the same months. I could probably do that and then move over and do oats in this field. I could probably make that work. But there's a chance that I might buy 31. Now all of a sudden that adds more fields in there. And I don't think I'd be able to do all three of these fields in 1 month. So I can't probably do oats then, because I'm going to have 2 harvests over, or 3, possibly 3 harvests in 2 months. And I know 34 takes the entire month to harvest, so I can't just have I can't just have, it's not going to take half the month. It's going to take the whole thing. I've kind of realized that. Consider sorghum, but that is going to that's going to be an absolute metric ton of product. And soybeans seem to be fairly good. So I think that's what we'll end up doing. Well, next month, actually. I just realized it's not this month to plant. That was my fault, but yeah, we'll have to skip to next month and get that then. I don't know why I thought it was this month. But, well, all the animals are good, and I know I did ride Thor today. I don't think I did last month by accident. It kind of got, well, forgotten, which it happens. But we'll head to next month. It should be April. Yes. I don't know why I thought it was March, but we'll be able to do it next month, and then we'll get everything limed and planted. We'll kind of see what else is available too. We'll have to get the riding done for Thor. I probably went to March because I think oats are probably plantable that month. That month. That's my guess. Now this is after the most recent patch, like 1.14 or something like that. I forget what it was called, but there has been some weird issues I've had to deal with, so hopefully we don't have to deal with them today, but the chance is pretty high that we will. So still 1,700. They're still going up $100 a month. Yeah. Okay. Everything looks good. Namely, I had one issue with the construction menu. That seems to be fine in this series. But in Survival Challenge, I was having issues with it. It like wouldn't show up. If I turned all the mods off, then it would. But if I turned all the mods back on, like every single mod I have, then it would work. But if I only had partial mods active, then it wouldn't. It was really complicated. I don't even know how that works, because you think it'd be a mod issue, and it wasn't. But yeah, I mean, it works now, but yeah. And then there's an issue with when I reload the weather, which I don't necessarily do on purpose. But come on. Whenever I take a screenshot with my screenshot mod, like thumbnails, it does reload the weather. It does. I know that. And then anytime I open a menu, it'll basically just start hailing. I don't know why it just does that. So it is possible I'll have to exit out of the game randomly in the middle of recording until that gets fixed. So obviously I'll be cutting a lot of it out, but you know, if for whatever reason something is left in a little bit or something, that is why, just as a warning ahead of time. There we go, 100%. Right, we'll get him all cleaned up, and then we can grab the lime spreader, get that all lined. It doesn't look terrible in some spots, but it is bad in others, so I'm just going to do the whole thing. I know this field over here was likely going to need it after this harvest, so it does make sense why obviously some fields would need it now. It's probably around that time. But yeah, I'll have to buy a good amount, I'm sure. This does take a little while to do, mainly just because of how much you put on. Well, this will take a little while, mainly, you know, we're already down 1,000 liters almost. That's the biggest thing usually for this. But yeah, you can see it's a little low in spots, so it's needed. It is needed. That's not nearly as much as like the first time, not nearly as that bad, but definitely, you know, in the loam sections it's low, and that's usually how it is. I've kind of noticed over my time with precision farming is the loam is bad first. So I usually look, when I'm trying to figure out if it's in a bad situation or not, pH wise, look for the loam piece if there's a loam piece in that field. Then you know if your field needs it or not. That'd be the way I put it. So your loam is going to be your best yielding portion, so you want to make sure that is top tier if possible. It's not nearly taking nearly as much as like the first time, obviously. I mean, we'd already be out probably. But you know, it's just that little bit that you're going to add. Top it off, make everything perfect. Yeah, you see the loam section adds the most. Yeah, that's just something I noticed over the time with precision farming. The loam is always the first to go bad. Alright, well, I think I'll just go ahead and start a time lapse for the lime spreading here. So I will talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
I remember when I saw you at the end of that night. I was looking for some trouble, you were looking alright. Every time you said a word, I was staring at your lips. I don't think I've ever been so close to a love like this. I never met someone like you. I never felt this way, ooh. We love how to take potions. We love.
Alright. So we're just about done here with the lime spreading, which is, yeah, the field's getting wider. So I need to make this a little bit wider. Alright, there we go. Alright, yeah, we ended up only having to fill it, what, once? And we used, I don't know, 30,000 liters? something like that in total. Not terrible, which obviously still 30,000 liters of lime is a lot, but I mean, imagine if you were buying that in bags. That's what, 15 bags? We probably had more than that, to be honest. Yeah, I'd be a little bit more than that. It was like 33,000. So that's what, 16, 17 bags of lime. You see why, like, especially lime, it's really nice to have one of these buying stations where you can just buy it in bulk. It not only saves you a little bit of money in this case, but it saves you a ton of time. A ton of time. So otherwise I would have had to go to the store and I would have bought like 30 bags, basically. Because I didn't want, you gotta make sure you have enough. So. I do have a plow. I was just looking for that, what, last month? It's right there. I do have a plow. Oh, I guess if I see a plowing contract come up, I'm not as a chance to use doing it, I guess. Yeah, that's, yeah. Sometimes you're just like, man, it would have been nice if I saw that. We could do the hoeing contract. We could get a worker over there. Wouldn't take too long to do either, I wouldn't think. Is this the one? No. I was going to say, is this the field with the power line poles in it? I don't think it is. It's right on the edge of the map, actually. I'm pretty sure 64 is down here. Yeah, it's right on the edge of the map. So it's not the whole field is probably even usable, I guess. No, 78 had the power line poles in it. Then we'll probably have to get everything set up with the John Deere. We can start getting that field planted. Long way to drive down there. Well, it shouldn't take terribly long. It's kind of hard to say, though. That field does take a while to plant. I know that. I mean, it took us like 10 minutes to do the lime spreading, and that's a far wider spread to it. So, it'll still take a while. But, yeah, we'll see, I guess. Shouldn't be as long, because I know the John Deere obviously does have a lot more power. We weren't having as many issues with it, obviously bogging down in certain spots. So we shouldn't have that issue. We'll just make sure the seeds are full, and it should be good, but... Well, get this over here, though. Get it going. Alright, well, I think we're coming up on the field. Should be coming up some point, at least, on the right side. Yeah, I can see it blinking down there. To look for a dirt road, it looks like, to that field. Yeah, this is like right on the edge of the map. It may not look like it, obviously. It looks like you can go pretty far in there, but... it is right on the edge of the map. I was about to say, is this the grass field? But no, we gotta go past the grass field to this field. Which, of course, has the lines for a sprayer, but I guess we're doing hoeing on it instead. That's what the farmer wanted, so that's what they're getting. Yeah, like you can see this field here, but you can't actually buy it. Even this field. Like, what? How would you even own this field? I don't even see where where it would be. So that's, I mean, it is part of the map. I can buy it here. It just doesn't have a number to it. Interesting. Got one corner field there. Doesn't have a number on it. Alright, so get to the John Deere. Like I said, we'll have to get this at least filled up with seeds. Not as important for fertilizer because, well, soybeans don't use any fertilizer in precision farming. Fairly full on seeds already, but off we go. 20% done with the hoeing contract already. That's good to see. It is supposed to rain, but I think it's later in the month. Yeah, it's pretty late. We won't even get close to that time. Well, I think we'll just go ahead and start with time lapse for this. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Sipping on a little something, I've been sipping too much. I just pour myself a double and I'm thinking about us. Every time I see your face, I think of what I lost. How could all the little moments that we had be so far gone? I never met someone like you. I never felt this way, ooh. For your love, I would take potions. For your love, I would cross oceans. All the hurt and the pain, you could take it all away. For your love, I would take potions.
Alright, so we're just about done here with the planting. Final strip, and then there's a little bit down there, of course. But we'll get that going back down. Yeah, it took a little while, but of course the whole field is done. We'll have to get it sprayed for weeds next month, and we'll see what else we'll do next month. Like I said, either we'll look to do some sort of contracts, or we skip a month and do a harvest or something in there. I'm kind of open to multiple things, so we could always buy that one field too, which we can't do anything with yet, even though it has weeds, which is unfortunate. But we take a hit on that first harvest, but it once we get everything squared away, it should be good. And realistically, that would likely be the last field we buy. Just, I don't know if we could really handle more. And really, that just comes down to, obviously, we have a limited amount of time that we can do the harvest. That's what it comes down to. And I like to try to plan a month for each harvest in this case. Obviously, I could probably do like that field over there and that smaller wheat field. I could do that same month probably. But I like to plan one for each. So if there's other things that have to be done that month, it's not like a big rush to make sure I did get both of the harvest done. And then obviously like this field, the harvest takes the entire month. Basically majority of the month, I should say. So I have to plan that in. You know, it's one of those things. I try to play in a month. Yeah, I don't want to go too far over, because then it's all of a sudden we're only running certain crops because we can't really run anything else, because all of a sudden that, you know, it impedes into our limited time to do the harvest. Yeah, I can do more planting in a month than I can do a harvest. What it comes down to. But anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.